Great news for Countdown fans. There will be 4 more years of Keith Olberman, the host of MSNBC's Most Watched show, joins us now. And Keith, the good news is you're going to be sticking around for 4 more years here. A second term is how it was billed in the press release. All that kind of stuff is great. But what I thought was really very sweet almost and touching was you talked about your fans in the press release. You've been talking about your remarkable fans supporting the show. Why do you think the show has really caught fire in the past year?
Right place, right time, Allison. I'd love to say, boy, we really planned something and executed it perfectly, but it really wasn't that. There was just a sense last year, I think, that stuff needed to be said in this country, and the first 95 people who probably should have done it didn't do it. And I just looked around and went, oh, you know, I guess I'm the one who has to jump in the water and try to help the guy out. And the response to this was just phenomenal. Every day somebody stops me on the streets of New York and says something that's almost cartoonishly nice, and we couldn't have done it without them, and the circumstances were just great. And of course they always say, and we like your backup host too. Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate that little shout out. Hey, so you're going to be sticking around here in Secaucus doing your show, but you're also going to dip your toe into the big pond over at the mothership, NBC News. What are we doing there? We're going to be working out the details of that, but the premise is to do an essay, maybe an average of once a month. It could be, I don't know, there could be 6 of them in 6 consecutive shows for all we know, and then 6 over the rest of the year. There's not going to be any schedule. When something newsworthy happens, it's not going to necessarily be political commentary. It's not going to be like the special comments. But, you know, I was just thinking of an example of this from the most serious, where the inspiration for this was when the Pope was sick 2 years ago. I did about a minute and a half, just words and pictures essay on his meaning to people of faith and people who were not of faith, which was sort of the baseline to it. And it could be that important, that topical, or as obscure as tripping over the fact that Abraham Lincoln never said, you can fool some of the people all the time, that quote is not attributed to him within his lifetime or reasonably thereafter. And a minute and a half on that, you know, just something that is interesting to me and may not be known to the audience. I think Mr. Bill O'Reilly has said that he said that. And speaking of Mr. O'Reilly and several of the other people who have decided to take aim at you because you've decided to take a stand in some of your political views, can we expect to see more of that? Are you done with that? Is that important to you to fight back? Well, as that sort of stuff is important, but it's literally it's done when I feel it's necessary, and it's not, you know, it's never an act. I don't bring it out as a nightly feature. We don't call it a memo. We don't tell you that we're going to do it in advance, because the thought occurs to me when the news merits it, and no more than that. And you know, I'd never want to become sort of that automatic knee-jerk reaction, or try to make a story into more than it is so that I can rail about it. It's not that way. We'll do them as often as they're necessary. That's the easiest way to say it. Keith, we're glad you're going to be sticking around, and congratulations for all the good stuff. My pleasure, Allison, and lunch is on me. Nice.